Hello everybody, and welcome to this afternoon's Kirby and the Amazing Near Any Percent Tournament Race versus MKCocoon and TheUrnator. And we're in it for the long haul because this loser bracket match is going to be a best of 3. I'm TG, and helping me commentate this run is a really good friend of mine, Sniper. How you doing this afternoon?
Doing pretty good.
Excellent. MKCocoon, TheUrnator. This is a race that's going to be absolutely fantastic. TheUrnator started off this tournament de-rusting quite a bit, getting back into Amazing Near. He started out with his first race time being a 31 and has slowly been... His victory over Mobu being a low 29. Cocoon, an already established runner at this game, beginning constant 29s this tournament. That 28 going through his fingers. Who's your pick, Sniper?
Well, TheUrnator has kept improving more and more. Maybe today will be the first day we see the 38. That being said, though, my money's on TheUrnator right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick.
There's a little dropping issue here.
So yeah, this is going to be a close race, and this is going to be a best of 3. So if one of our runners has an unlucky unlucky Dark Meta Knight and unlucky Dark Mind, that's not going to be it. They have to win twice here in this loser bracket match. And yes, it is loser bracket. Winner goes home. So yeah.
And off we go. So the tutorial area is a very tricky part of the run. Like, it's kind of neat how, like, there's a lot of Kirby games where the hardest part of the run is the very beginning. There's two particular tricks here. This first one's gate skip, MK nailing it. And after this, we have the wheel mix. When you inhale 2 enemies together, it pulls up a mix roulette. The order is always the same, and the first ability on the roulette depends on the first enemy you inhale. MK misses it for Cook, he was 1 late. TheUrnator also misses it for Cook. MK gets wheel on the second try, and TheUrnator gets destroyed by Yellow Kirby.
Oh no, usually...
This is a big lead for MKCocoon already.
Yeah, so, if there is a friendly Kirby in the room, all of the enemy locations will still be saved in RAM. So the only way you can reset that pattern in order to get the mix again is to call your Kirbys out of the room, which will take quite a bit of time. Cocoon has a pretty early lead here.
Yeah, I'm not too sure which attempt MK got the wheel mix.
That was second
try. But
Rainbow
Route is a fairly easy part of the game to start off. Even though, really, a lot of the... What in the world, MK? MK, please stop proving me wrong.
Yeah, TheUrnator's catching up off of those mistakes.
Yeah.
So, in the introductory section, we want to mix for wheel because it's definitely the most used ability in this speedrun. Wheel is the fastest way to speed through rooms horizontally, and you're completely invulnerable while you're inside of wheel. The only way you can get hit out of it is if you turn while you're inside of an enemy, and then you'll get hit out of it. So a lot of this speedrun is going to involve tight wheel movement. We're going to make sure that we're not bogging off of stuff. We're going to make sure that we clear all these jumps.
And coming up is Mr. Frosty. Oh! MK takes a hit from the Sir Kibble. TheUrnator dropping frames, I think. So you want to grab these two Waddle Dees here, double star, to take out most of the health, and you just need 3 more wheel hits. So the fight lasts very quickly.
That's not TheUrnator dropping frames, that's us doing our best to try and sync up the 2 streams as best we can.
So, did you talk about hit like?
I did not. I was going to wait a little bit more since
one
we're
thing
about
you may
to head
notice,
into King Golem.
A lot of the runners are trying to avoid touching as many enemies as possible by jumping over them. This is because if you just run to an enemy, you'll hit it about 3 to 4 times. Each time you hit the enemy, it wastes about 3 frames. It's pretty insignificant on pen and paper, but boy, does it begin to add up with the amount of wheel you use in this run.
Alright, so both of our runners ditching their wheels for stone. TheUrnator doing a little rock there for good luck.
There's a reason why we use stone. Stone's broken. This is King Golem.
Look at this!
That's King Golem.
That was King Golem. So yeah, all it takes is, for a lot of bosses in this game, 6 hits with stone is enough to TKO pretty much any boss. King Golem, Gobbler, Krako, we're gonna see stone used for a lot of bosses. Hopefully Master Hand and Crazy Hand if luck's on our side, but we'll get to it.
So, you may have noticed the runners decided to soft set using AB start select. The reason why we use this is because it saves a fair amount of time rather than just waiting out the Kirby dance animation. There's one exception, which is the next boss Urnator will be fighting, Mega Titan. Oh, Urnator takes a hit in the purple room. There's another wheel down here, so it's okay.
Oh,
but MKCocoon catching up. Now both of these runners are going to be doing... Oh.
Yeah, they are roughly the same amount ahead here, I think. There we go. Okay. So Urnator's screen does look like it's a second, 2 seconds ahead of Cocoon, so it's hard to tell exactly where they are together, but it's really neck and neck right now.
I'm pretty sure he's dropping frames.
Okay. That's fine. So Urnator's connection's been spotty as of lately because he's had to move back to university, and he's told me that his university connection is not super great, so he's having to stream at, like, I want to say 500 bitrate right now.
Yeah,
not the best, not the best setup, but you got to do what you got to do if you want to compete in this tournament.
So MK just got through one of the hardest rooms in the Meta Knight segment. Urnator's going for Mega Titan first, while MK's going for Meta Knight.
So this is
another really hard room for MK.
Oh yeah, excellent there by MK, taking a bit safe there, but
and Urnator in this vertical room.
Yep. So cool things about vertical rooms is that it's actually faster to jump rather than continually fly through the rooms. That's because the slight amount of speed that you get when you instantly jump is faster than floating. So it makes the vertical rooms a bit more input intensive and a lot more
more interesting.
Yeah, that's the word I was going to use. So we're going to see a lot of unpuffing and then refloating through these vertical rooms. Cocoon is about to do one later in Radish Ruins before he gets to the wasteland portion. So.
Alright, so Urnator's going to get rid of his wheel. You might not see it, but he decides to get rid of his wheel and fat Kirby through this room. That's because if you take a hit in the cannon spike maze, there's a very good chance that you're going to lose your ability, and it won't be able to recover it. So if you fat Kirby, if you take a hit, you won't lose your ability, and you can just get it back once you're done with the room. It's pretty great.
So, Sniper, why is Cocoon doing Radish and Urnator's doing Mega Titan?
So, it was very common for runners to do Radish Ruins and Molly first, but there was a recent time save discovered known as the Gobbler Wheel Mix, and then... So, there's that happen, but then Urnator himself discovered that it's actually faster to do Mega Titan first, because of very complicated reasons that I'd rather not go into, because that means I have to remember why it actually saves time. But it does save time. I tested it.
Yeah. So Urnator is fighting Mega Titan right now with Wheel. This is the only boss in the run that we're going to use Wheel, and that's because Mega Titan doesn't take damage like the other bosses do. The first form is you're only able to deal damage with Beam or Spark or I believe UFO, and else you have to sort of hit him into the electrified
I think Laser
balls.
can do it too.
Okay, cool.
But don't quote me on that.
But since we're using Wheel for this fight, it's actually faster not to reset, watch this Kirby dance cutscene, keep Wheel, and then continue to whatever you want your next split to be. In this case, Urnator is going to go down south to Radish Ruins.
Now, MKCocoon's on Meta Knight, the boss that Urnator is heading towards, Mega Titan. And this fight, we use Sword. This fight's awful for many reasons, but MK's started off pretty well. Oh, he doesn't get a hit. What? That was weird.
So other than that one hit there, that was a pretty okay Meta Knight there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Meta Knight is definitely a nuisance. He can randomly decide to block your attacks, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Urnator! Oh my goodness! That was a juicy Gorda room there by Urnator.
What in the world?
Oh, mwah, that's a chef kiss if I've ever seen one.
Oh, okay. Anyway, MKCocoon grabbed Stone, and he's doing Mully. This segment we don't use Wheel because we need to hit this stump here. And we also want Stone because Stone is very good at killing mini-bosses. We use it to destroy bonkers.
Which is,
meanwhile, Urnator in the very first part of Radish Ruins, there's not much to talk about here. It's just very basic wheel movement. Now,
so,
MKCocoon does a very particular strat here where he chooses to grab Hammer instead of what more runners like to use, Throw. Hammer is better for patterns where Mully likes to stick his head out and doesn't do anything, but it's worse for patterns where Mully is on the ceiling. So really, it's just to pick a poison.
yeah, and this fight definitely is poisonous. Mully loves to randomly waste your time. Oh, okay, not a bad pattern.
Ceiling pattern, that's not good.
So yeah, this is exactly why.
Not bad.
This is exactly why a lot of runners despise Mully as a boss. It's completely random which hole he sticks his head out of. It's completely random whether or not he peeks or throws an item. So if you're hoping for Hammer, you might just throw a bunch of ceiling patterns at you. And if you're hoping for Throw, he might just stick his head out and not really do anything.
All right, Gobbler Wheel mix time for MK.
This is the trick that TheUrnator...
Well done, first try.
Oh.
So Wheel appears as the first ability, so you just have to do a quick timing. It's still 4 frames to hit it, but it's pretty free.
Yeah. And if you miss it, Wheel comes up again way later in the roulette, so worst case scenario. If you missed that A or B press. Most runners press A and B like one right after the other very quickly, so they make sure to hit that timing. Because if you are too early, your A press won't do anything, and if you're too late, you end up with brain not work. You end up with Cook. So Cocoon's driving underneath that switch. Some runners just can choose to pick up that switch, not for backtracking reasons, but because there's a missile room, and missile can be... if you have perfect movement, missile is faster in the Krakos. Hopefully we see enough of TheUrnator's Meta Knight fight here to see what's up.
Ooh, takes a hit. Grabs sword from one of the stars that Meta Knight created. Gets a down stab, goes for an up B. Ooh, it's not going so hot for TheUrnator right now. And that's it.
I never looked into how much damage up B does compared to neutral B on the...
It's about the same, but it can hit twice.
Ooh. Because I never used it, because I thought it did... It feels like it does less damage, and it feels like you can do neutral B swings a lot quicker than you can do up. Alright, so once Cocoon is done beating up that boxy mini-boss, he's going to be going into the next trick found in all of Ocean, which is UFO Mix.
Oh, so that was a high. He started in the waterfall very high, but he gets it with Hammer. Accidentally turns on his input display twice.
So Cocoon wanted...
Decides to not go for Cannon Duck.
Cocoon either wanted UFO or Fire, and it's very nice that they're right next to each other on the roulette, which makes it an 8-frame trick instead of 4. But we want to be able to hit a bomb block through a wall in this room here. And a full charged UFO shots or Fire hits it quite nicely. So
TheUrnator doing Mully with Throw. TheUrnator's actually the one who originally came up with Mully with Hammer. Oh, why isn't he grabbing the nail?
What was that screw?
What in the world?
Okay.
I think
was it a drop
TheUrnator could have played this Mully a lot better, but that's Mully for TheUrnator.
That could have been, and Mully stayed out for quite a bit as the screw was bouncing around. He missed out on a lot of damage there. That's unfortunate.
I'm not entirely sure which boss TheUrnator's going to do next. I think it's going to be Gobbler.
Gobbler.
Yeah.
I think TheUrnator and I do very similar routes, except for the last Cocoon doing a really cool damage.
I actually thought originally TheUrnator did Mully way later, but I guess now that he came up with his little route, it's a lot more similar to a lot of other top runners. Because before this mix, he used to do like the weirdest route. He did like Gobbler first.
Okay. So TheUrnator nailing that.
Ooh, struggling with this flamer. Now MKCocoon in all of Ocean picks up Stone. Stone's going to be useful for killing the boss of this stage, Gobbler. And now... It's pretty stressful. Ooh, he takes it very safe by puffing that fish. If you lose Stone, it's unrecoverable, unless if it's like in this little area here. Yeah, but if he gets hit here, he can't get Stone. So, and it's a pretty... It can be a pretty big time loss, depending on how well you can do Gobbler with another ability like Sword.
Yeah,
so it's best we keep Stone here.
Yeah. So Cocoon not having any troubles though. So. Alright, will he get the 1 cycle?
Nope. But very close.
So yeah, Gobbler is just as easy as rocking through him and then reacting to whatever pattern he does next. Cocoon tried to get the, is it 5 additional spray hits there?
Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah,
So the mini boss Urnator's coming up to his box. We never talked about this, but basically with Wheel, you are entirely invincible unless you are turning around. So you have to time your turns very precisely in this game to deal the maximum amount of damage. That fight was pretty much perfect, and I'd say Boxy is one of the easier ones to do with Wheel.
I don't know, Boxy's erratic movements can sometimes trip up runners, including
Frosty.
definitely me.
Urnator gets throw.
I'd rather fight Frosty than...
Misses the setup. Ooh, this ain't good for Urnator. Losing quite a bit of time to
flashbacks
MK.
to Mobu right now in the last tournament race.
Urnator gets sparked. That's one
Oh
late.
no!
Throws one early from UFO, by the way.
Yep.
And he finally gets UFO.
Alright, third try, that's not very good. Urnator already slightly behind from that, messing up the intro wheel mix. Alright, Cocoon is on his way to the Carrot Castle area.
Yeah, let's see how his vertical room goes.
Alright, you can do a lot of really neat strats in here, so unpuffing and jumping up these platforms. Those Gordo hitboxes pretty much don't exist if you're hanging out on the slide there. Cocoon not going for the cool jump, unfortunately.
Alright. Urnator doesn't hit the switch.
Yeah, we don't need to come back to this later in the run,
Yeah.
so there's no reason to grab it.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing weird strats involving getting missile for this part. I don't...
Okay, so the boss MK is going for next is Master and Crazy Hands, found in Candy Constellation. The best and fastest way to get to Candy Constellation is by going through Peppermint Palace.
And we'll be grabbing both of these gates since we need to return here later to defeat Wiz. I'd love to be able to commentate on what's going on Urnator's stream, but I'm probably only getting one every 20 frames. Alright, so Candy Constellation is a pretty difficult section full of a lot of tight wheel movement. Although if you're a practiced runner, it shouldn't be too big of an issue, but one mistiming of an input, one wrong turn, one wrong bump, and either you are ending up in a pit or your ability star is ending up in a pit, and losing wheel in the candy split can mean anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute and a half of time lost, depending on where you lose it. Thankfully, there's a... Oh my god, that was a very spicy Mr. Frosty fight there by Cocoon. But depending on where you
TG.
lose... Refresh?
Yes.
Uh-oh. How far behind am I?
Just a couple seconds. But anyway, MKCocoon enters Candy Constellation. This first part of Candy Constellation is pretty easy, but this next part, after the switch, is when the movement begins to get real spicy.
Yeah. Urnator with the
gets
one-cycle
one cycle!
gobbler! Oh my goodness! That's gonna gain some serious time. Not only took a hit during that fight, but had trouble with the follow-up spray. However, I don't think that one cycle is going to subside the time loss of Urnator having trouble with UFO mix, so I think he's still net behind MKCocoon's Gobbler split.
I know MK still has to do Megatain, and he's partway through the longest segment of the game, so it's really interesting to find out. He takes a hit, that's fine.
You know, thankfully there's no pits in this room, but there's a lot of really fast-moving enemies there, including the Waddle-Doos, who use their beam ability at the speed of light.
Alright, this room in particular is like probably the hardest room in the game. MK goes for the most basic of strats here, or the most lame of strats. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it's lame, but it'll get you there. Avoiding the top Waddle-Doo and touching the star. You can make a very precise jump and jump straight up to that top Waddle-Doo, air puff him out of the way and jump to the star, but if you miss time the second jump, you pretty much fail it every time, so it's very tight.
If you miss time any of the jumps, you're pretty much guaranteed to get hit. MK was turning, so he gets grabbed by Master Hand. That ain't good.
Nope. And this Master Hand is a bit more annoying than the one we fought in Radish Ruins, since it is hovering just ever so slightly above the ground that you cannot hit it with a mid-wheel jump. You have to unwheel, do a full jump, and then wheel again to do damage. So,
Urnator's Frosty went very well.
Excellent. Cocoon had a very similar Frosty to that. Alright, so we're talking...
Oh, wait, oh, never mind. There's a wheel here.
Yeah, I've had that. Like maybe once in a blue moon, that Sword Knight will give you a
MK
kiss
going
for
for
good
the
luck.
most basic of hit lag avoidance here.
Yeah. That room that we just saw MKCocoon take a hit in, and this room really demonstrates how effective hit lag reduction is. If you're able to miss all of these enemies, you can gain at least half a second to a full second in those 2 rooms alone.
Ooh, accidentally
just by
kills the
reducing
missile.
hit.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, now all eyes on TheUrnator, because he's about to show us how Candy Constellation's really done. But before that, MKCocoon has Missile. Missile is, like, very good for all directional movement, basically.
Yeah,
It's very
vertical.
weak on damage, however. In fact, in the US version, they actually nerfed it even harder. Which is hilarious, because in the JP version, it already sucked.
Yeah, so I believe this is the only time we're going to be seeing Missile used in this run, because I don't think either TheUrnator or Cocoon picked up Missile for the Krakow split.
TheUrnator had a very clean star block maze room. MK gets grabbed by Crazy Hand. Dang.
So this is Crazy Hand and Master Hand. The strat is to use fire, because not only does the left hand, Crazy Hand, take more damage from fire,
Let's
if they
see
do a
TheUrnator's
double attack
vertical
just like that. Oh,
Now that's how it's done.
yeah, that's the fast strat I was talking about earlier. So using fire, you can hit both hands at once and across the board and take care of them quite easily. Cocoon showing us how. If you're lucky, the Master Hand and Crazy Hand will do a rock drop and give you stone ability stars, which you can use to further do insane damage, and that's the best case scenario.
Alright, so the next boss MK's doing is Mega Titan.
Alright.
Yeah, it's Mega Titan.
Yep.
Anyway, TheUrnator coming up on the hit lag room. Let's see if he can show us how to really do it. Jumps up here, jumps there,
Yeah, couple.
avoids up there, jumps over the... Oh, he doesn't jump over the blue guy.
The blue guy roll.
But that was pretty good.
MKCocoon
Ooh,
also Fat
MK
Kirby.
taking a hit. Why
Yep.
you use Fat Kirby? Oh, dude, look at this UFO.
Oh, the UFO.
It was chasing him a little bit. But
Yeah,
it looks like he's fine.
Alright, if TheUrnator has perfect missile movement in this vertical room, he can gain some time on Cocoon.
Oh, oh!
Oh, that was very smooth there by TheUrnator.
That was so spicy, dude. I can't tell
Uh-huh.
if that was a backup or if that was intended. I gotta watch that again.
Alright, TheUrnator going into the hands fight. Cocoon going into Mega Titan. It's at this point we're going to see who's ahead. Since after these 2 bosses, each of our runners will have defeated the same 6 bosses, and we'll have to do cleanup on Krakow and Wiz.
Does TheUrnator do Krakow last?
I believe so.
Ooh. But it looks like TheUrnator takes the lead.
Yeah, look at that. But Cocoon not behind by much, maybe 2 or 3 seconds. This is still anybody's game. So Cocoon not skipping this cutscene. He wants to keep Wheel for the next section, which is B-Wiz, I believe.
Oh my goodness, this audio quality. Yes.
Uh-huh. That's 500 bitrate for you folks.
Oh, bitrate shouldn't even affect the audio quality.
Alright, so now that we know TheUrnator's ahead, all eyes are on Cocoon if he can take this home. Both runners on really good paces right now as well. There hasn't been, except for maybe TheUrnator, there hasn't been too many catastrophic things. TheUrnator, third try intro wheel mix and had to call his friends, and also third try UFO mix in Gobbler segment.
So MK is gonna beat Wiz before TheUrnator beats Krakow, but don't be fooled. Wiz is a shorter segment. MK misses the setup for Hammer Mix, so he's gonna have to do Wiz with Parasol.
I've found that Hammer Mix is a lot more reliable if you leave a little half-tile gap between you and the wall jumping up. I don't know if that's
really?
actually... I don't know if that's a myth or not, but
Kirby's Inhale hitbox is a square, so I'm pretty sure that's a myth.
Yeah, anecdotal evidence for you. TheUrnator gets candy from the Shadow Kirby!
That's very good for TheUrnator.
Cocoon fighting Wiz with Parasol. This is the strat if you can't mix
Damn,
with
that was
Hammer.
fast.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it just leaves him with one hit. Thankfully, Wiz only sent out one enemy. That was hot.
A very, very good Parasol Wiz fight there by MK. Oh, TheUrnator gets the Rotato. Oh, it doesn't pick up on the hit.
Another one. Oh, doesn't get the last hit. Maybe he'll float cancel into him. And it's over.
There we go. Scene missing. TheUrnator just needs to defeat Wiz, and he's completed the mirror to go to Dark Mind.
Yep.
A very close race here. So there you go. MKCocoon had to make sure that he was not in the sprint animation before burning that Mira enemy. That Mira enemy is an enemy found in the game in quite a few places. If you sprint next to it, if you try to like run or use an ability to try and kill it, it will bury underground, and you'll have to reload the room in order to, you know, have another chance to attack it and go through it. You can actually hit it with Burning Wheel and Missile only if you activate the ability while you're not sprinting. For some reason, the game doesn't properly clear the flag that you're running, and if you sprint into Wheel, if you sprint into Missile, and you go near it, it'll bury. So if you're running this game and you have problems hearing that Mira, I don't know why you didn't wheel through there.
Oh, what was that strat? I like that. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, TheUrnator's been doing that for a long time.
Ooh,
not
it's probably actually way harder. But anyway, doesn't matter with the mix. We got Parasol again.
Cocoon does not get candy from the Shadow Kirby.
Yeah, so all eyes on MK because he's gonna do the stone kill. Pretty good.
Yeah, unfortunate pattern there by Battlefire.
Yeah.
All right, neck and neck right now.
Now, unfortunate pattern from Wiz.
Draco is a faster boss than Wiz.
Oh, Wiz, what the heck?
Oh no, TheUrnator losing time here on Cocoon. It's neck and neck.
He's getting some awful luck. Ooh,
and there we go, Cocoon picking up the lead. TheUrnator with a disastrous Wiz right now.
Ooh.
Cocoon is on 28 pace, isn't he?
Eh?
Isn't Cocoon on 28 pace right now?
Really? He had second try wheel. Huh.
I could be mistaken. So Cocoon entered the main mirror there and immediately soft reset. TheUrnator doing the same.
Oh, what in the world, DMK?
Oh, that was the highest down stab I've ever seen. And then blocks. Over. Oh my goodness.
That's not amazing.
TheUrnator might catch up some time here.
Oh, he gets the perfect. Oh no, not the perfect pattern. Yes.
Okay, so after we defeat this Dark Meta Knight fight, we are going to be going in Dark Mind proper. The strategy we're going to use for all 4 forms here is to discard our ability, pick up Master Sword, discard that too, and
early hit. That was amazing.
Very good. So yeah, that early hit I think can only be done on the first form, since each form that we fight is going to have a slightly larger health bar than the last.
I heard it can be done on 2, but it's like not reliable, and I know for a fact it can't be done on 3.
Okay, well there you go. So yes, when we hit Dark Mind with a double star, not only is he going to take damage from it.
Stupid.
Yeah, he's going to take damage.
Oh dude, MK has 2 health. This is not good for him.
Oh no, he might pick up a. No,
oh,
yeah, there
he can't decide. Oh no,
he's going without it.
It's actually possible to get this happened to me in my tournament race where I got eliminated.
Ooh.
I would have won if this didn't happen, by the way. I actually died to Dark Mind 3 because I only entered with 2 health, and he gave me 2 bad patterns where it was impossible for me to not get hit.
Yeah, and that's exactly
the problem. This is a little bit better.
This is exactly the problem with... Oh, he gets the skip! Alright, so this is
Let's see how TheUrnator goes. TheUrnator gets a terrible... Oh wait, never mind. Oh, but decides to wait it out.
Alright, so if you grab fire or ice from Dark Mind 3, you can hit that switch in that wall before having to go around that whole loop and pick up sword at the end of it, like TheUrnator now has to do. Cocoon picking up a lot.
Oh, not a very nice pattern from Dark Mind 4 so far. Oh, he stops in the middle. That's really good. I disagree with him. Oh no!
No, he gets fired!
I disagree with him shooting the star that early, because with that slow pattern, it can actually be like really easy to get greens if you just let him shoot out a bunch of them. Alright, second try. Gets it.
Alright, so I guess
So
we
he
should
still
go
has
over...
a very commanding lead over Urnator, but Urnator already gets a chance to mix, and he gets UFO!
Oh my gosh, neck and neck! So we want... I guess we should describe what the
Alright,
heck
mid
was
29
what we
pace
were
for
getting
both
excited.
runners.
So, we want to inhale a green star after doing the double hit because the double star is not enough to kill him. We want to mix for UFO because it eviscerates Dark Mind 5. Not only can a fully charged hit the center eye, but it can then go through and hit the mirrors that Dark Mind 5 attacks with. Since the mirrors also act as a hitbox.
Urnator gets a double hit. MK gets the second double hit, and he is ahead going into 6. Oh my goodness, what is going on, dude? It's gonna come down to 6. 6 is like literally the worst one.
Yeah.
It's a shmup. Oh my goodness, it's a shmup segment where you just gotta spam.
The patterns
mash
Dark Mind
hard.
throws at you is very random. It's just gonna be mashing A and B and hope to hell your shots land.
And hope you don't get hit, because if you get hit, you can't shoot for a couple seconds.
Mm-hmm.
This could go any way.
Oh my goodness. And this is just game 1.
Oh, gets a charge. Urnator dropping some frames. MK gets hit again at half health. Urnator gets hit at half health.
Yeah, if you
MK
hit,
avoiding because he only has 2 health. This ain't good for him. MK has only 1 health. Urnator takes it.
Urnator with the... Oh my god! Urnator with a 29-29! Just 2 seconds ahead of Cocoon! Oh, I cannot believe it! Oh my goodness! A very, very, very close race, and it's just game 1 in this set. Oh my goodness.
Alright.
This is not
but don't
over.
go yet.
Nope,
we got another race coming up.
We have a game 2 here in this set. And if you thought this race was close, wait till you see this next one.
Next.
Alright, so what were the biggest things that happened in this race? Urnator with, I believe that was 3rd try intro wheel mix and had some trouble with Gobbler UFO mix. I'm struggling with the English language right now. So Urnator with a very similar to the same time that he beat Mobu with, so he's on a consistent pace right now. Cocoon with a very good mid-29. This could go either way.
And it did.
Urnator apologizing for his frame drop. Did you hit the next race in the series button?
Oh, wait, do I have to do that?
I think so. Oh, I think that resets the done. Sorry, we're having fun with figuring out how this tracker works in relation to the best of 3s. But yeah, Urnator with the 1 Psycho Gobbler as well. The pretty getting candy in Mustard Mountain. But Cocoon was ahead going into Dark Mind, though.
Here we go. Getting like 15 Eden inputs right now.
Alright, so this is going to be really cool. We're going to be able to do something that we can't really do in the best of 1 matches that happened earlier in this tournament. Now we can go into more nitty advanced stuff that we can like point out in the runs now that we've got the bread and butter explanations out of the way.
Okay.
Urnator doing a hard reset. Yeah, there's a fun glitch in this game where if you let the game play out long enough and you do a and you let it play, like when you resume playing after it plays the demo, your game will just have insane amounts of loading. Like, it's very customary that between races or between attempts, people hard reset to make sure that that's not lingering in their RAM somewhere.
still quickly asking who needs to set up the next race room.
Okay, gotcha. So for those of you joining us, this is a loser bracket match in the Kirby and the Amazing Mirror any percent tournament versus MKCocoon and TheUrnator. TheUrnator up a game going into match number 2 of the set. The winner of this match will go on to fight the winner of the All Japan match happening on the other side of the loser bracket. DK3 and Yamayu are going to go up against one another. That's going to be Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be an excellent race there. In other Kirby and the Amazing Mirror news, Swordman Kirby, late last night, ended up breaking the world record of any percent with it was a 20...
The game you entered cannot be found.
With a 27-38, Swordman Kirby on a tear through winner's bracket right now. He's going to be up against Paletti Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern. That is tomorrow. Do not miss that. That's going to be an insane race. 2 Titans going up against each other. First and second place on the leaderboard. Paletti is the only other runner with a submitted 27-minute time. Don't miss that. It's going to be awesome. All right, do we have an ETA of when we're about to start match number 2 here? We just getting the race room settled up?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm making it right now because no one else is.
Okay. So because our runners are very evenly skilled right now, we saw them neck and neck coming out of Wiz. A lot of this race is going to be determined on all the small pieces of RNG that's going to be go throughout the run. So we're going to see this race more heavily impacted by how well their Meta Knight fights are, how well their Molly fight goes, how well Wiz treats them. TheUrnator went behind because of a rather unfortunate Wiz fight, if you'll remember from that last race.
Right now, ready up. I am always ready.
Nice.
All right. One remaining. Okay, they're both ready.
All right, both runners are ready, and we are about to start game 2 of this loser bracket match between MKCocoon and TheUrnator.
Where did TheUrnator's stream go?
It's there in frames at a time.
Alright, now whenever this layout's gonna switch, the race has begun, so we should see the beginning very soon. Alright, let me reload the page.
Gaming.
Alright, did the layout not switch?
No, I think I'll do it.
I pressed the button like 5 times. Ah! Anyway, the race has now begun. Both runners have started off.
All right,
TheUrnator gets gate skip.
Yeah, hopefully both of our runners will have
MK
an
gets
easier
it.
time with wheel mix. Neither of our runners got first try wheel mix in the previous race.
Alright. Urnator gets wheel.
Boom.
Oh, Cook. No.
No, and Urnator with a lead right now. Hopefully Cocoon is
Alright,
able to
second
pick it
try. Very well. Very well done.
Alright, I'm gonna have to refresh my stream here then, because I appear to be seconds behind again. And so once again, the hit lag strategies. Trying to avoid as many enemies as possible while using wheel. Oh! Sparky jumping over Cocoon there. So in order to optimize movement with wheel as much as possible, you want to basically comb over each of these rooms that you have to do and look for ways that you can maximize the amount of time spent in wheel without having to like unwheel, do a jump, or turn around. So there's a lot of really tiny jumps you can do here and there to make sure that you don't have to lose time.
Ooh, flip cancel.
With a little love bonk. That was... We hit the ground before trying to do a full wheel jump.
Yep.
So a float cancel, now that we brought that up, is when you start flying before you fully start... There we go. So when you start flying before you fully float, you can actually use a B button press to cancel the float animation into anything you can do with B. So that includes inhaling or using an ability. And that's good because you can get an extra tile of height from a full jump before you, say, start wheel. Get a little extra height before doing an inhale to get, say, a wheelie. So, I'm not sure how widespread its usage. I use it a lot. Sniper, for what I know, actually made up the thing, so...
Wait, made what?
Didn't you... Who did float canceling first?
I definitely did not create float canceling.
Okay. Because you were the first person I heard it from, so...
It's probably been used as early as Jepto's days.
Nice.
The dark ages of Catan speedrunning. When Mully was last.
And Gobbler was second, no?
Alright, here comes King Golem for Urnator. Finishes
Easy
him off very quickly. 253?
You can,
254 King Golem.
Very good time.
I think. The world will never know.
Cocoon a bit not having a great intro split there with a 305 Golem.
There, nice float cancel.
So yeah, that's the float cancel everybody does to get that wheelie.
I don't know, MK doesn't do it.
It minimizes the amount of time you spend on the ground there. And that's why it's cool. So there's a lot of really cool things you can do with wheel. For instance, to get those bomb blocks and still get through the one tile gap, you can turn right. You can press turn, and then a frame later press unwheel, and you'll sort of do a really quick. It almost looks like a hockey stop. And you can very quickly go through one tile gaps, which are can give you a bit of trouble. The one tile gap that leads to Radish Ruins, I once lost an entire second because Kirby did not want to cooperate with me and get down that chute.
Really? Just a second?
Yeah.
Dang. Alright, this room, we never talked about this room the first time, but depending on the way the Heavy Knight and Lose move, it can sometimes be a really tricky room to get through.
Uh-huh.
They were fairly nice to Urnator this time around. Oh, Mingle. Ah.
There we go. So,
No, not that one.
So, Cocoon ducking under the blipper there. The hit lag strategies also extend into underwater sections. So for all of Ocean and that room, we want to make sure that we're not stopping and attacking enemies out of our way.
Well, if you attack enemies underwater, you just slow down.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So
okay.
it can be very risky if you try and, very narrowly dodge through them, because if you get hit, usually you're underwater, you can't re-inhale your ability. Cocoon with a very wonky...
It was really good, but then he bonked off the floor.
And then the dismount happened.
Yep. Alright, MK heading into Radish Ruins. Urnator heads on Akara Castle. Oh, gets owned by Geo.
By the chip, yeah. Shoutouts to Geo.
Shoutouts to Geo.
Alright, Urnator going into the spike maze. Fat Kirby strats.
Oh, accidentally goes down. Oh no.
Now I believe it is 5 frames to hit the perfect cannon direction. It's roughly the same as landing a mix, if memory serves. Slightly easier.
Mix is 4.
Yeah, mix is 4. I don't know the exact amount of frames the cannon takes. So although if you're if you're very good with your button presses, you should be able to get through that maze no problem. But oh, Urnator
Fails the Gordo turn again. Pretty sure he failed it the first time around.
It's a very tight window because Gordo hitboxes are A, deceptively small, and B, deceptively higher up on the sprite than they look. So you actually need to wheel way earlier than it looks like in order to get those skips. And Urnator with the good reverse hit. So you can actually hit Mega Titan as fast as possible by hitting the left side of him. He gets sent flying in the direction on where you hit him in relation to him, not on the which direction Kirby's facing. Very good Mega Titan fight there by Urnator. Alright, awesome. So now both screens are perfectly synced
only
up.
Kirby dance of the run. Oh, never mind. Sad face.
Cocoon going through the vertical section.
Rip Kirby dance.
Unfortunately, not skipping the explosion. If you go really faster in that section, you can actually despawn the crash enemy that falls earlier in that section and not have to wait.
What in the world, Urnator? Oh
Urnator
my! I hear him in the block maze.
Yep, he's going through the spike bend now.
Yep. Oh my goodness! What in the world? Okay, coming up to the Gordo room.
Cocoon
he gets
fighting,
it!
Cocoon fighting a Meta Knight right now. Getting into a bit of trouble. Lots of blocked hits, and he's taken a hit so far. 2 hits. Cocoon not having a great Meta Knight.
Oh, another block.
Ah! There's Cocoon with a Mega Titan. Or Meta Knight. Oh my goodness.
Alright, so coming up next for MK is Molly. Once again, we're doing it with Stone, because Wheel's pretty unnecessary, and Stone's really good for killing mini-bosses, so we want Stone.
And Wheel doesn't really even suit these rooms a lot. There's a lot of jagged architecture in these 2 rooms leading up to Molly, and you'd have to keep unwheeling, and you wouldn't really save too much time.
Even if you just grab this, that stone golem up there, or
that Rocky,
it would still probably be slower just because of the time it takes to get Wheel.
Oh, MKCocoon is probably going to not use hammer.
Yay! Throws happy.
So Cocoon not using his regular strategy for this fight. Hopefully he's able to pull it off with no problems. Come on, good RNG here.
Good RNG. Very good RNG.
Excellent. That's as good as a Molly fight as we can ask for.
Pretty much.
Oh, not losing any time there. Urnator making his way up to the Meta Knight fight. So Cocoon going for Gobbler Wheel Mix. Easy trick. So that mix right there that Cocoon just did is the reason why the Mega Titan first route exists. Normally, we do the Mega Titan segment, watch the Kirby Dance cutscene and keep Wheel, and then respawn back at the hub at the South Rainbow Route switch mirror, and then continue on doing our Gobbler segment. But because that mix now exists and a lot of runners can do it consistently, we can pretty much slot Gobbler into anywhere in the run. So we want to keep Wheel after Mega Titan through other segments.
Urnator uses an uppie against Meta Knight. Ooh, a couple blocks. Pretty rough, but pretty good.
Yeah, that was an above average.
It was pretty unfortunate.
Alright, so these first couple rooms heading before we get into the caverns of Olive Ocean, can be very tricky for precise wheel movement. You can optimize those rooms quite a bit by doing some really, really tiny jumps. So, I don't think we ever explained this, but for those of you have never played this game before, you have a lot of control over how high Kirby jumps. So holding down the button all the way does a full jump, which is quite high. Or you could just even press it for a frame and he'll like do the smallest hop you've ever seen. So our runners have a lot of control with how much height they get. That was an excellent boxy fight by Cocoon.
Alright. Ernie going for throw once again against Molly. And now MK has his UFO mix. Fire again.
Nice. So yes, both fire and UFO work. Oh, it doesn't go for the duck though. If you go for the duck, fire is arguably even faster than UFO, I think. At least in my timings.
Fire is definitely faster, but you need to get the cannon duck.
Yeah.
And the cannon duck's actually one of the easiest parts of it. Because hitting this bomb block, it's not just be stupid. I don't usually have a problem with it, but some people, ooh boy.
TheUrnator, done with Molly. So, Cocoon used fire.
TheUrnator coming up to Gobbler wheel mix.
Yep.
Nails the first try.
I will continue what I said, but this is an important... Yes. So you can actually use ability shortly before you hit the ground, because if you fall from a great height and hit the floor, Kirby will do a little bounce animation, and normally we want to avoid that as much as possible, since we want to be in a position where we can control Kirby's movements at all points. So you'll see our runners actually press inhale, or maybe use their ability shortly before they hit the ground, and immediately be able to, move out of it the frame they touch the ground. It's kind of reminiscent to Z canceling in Smash 64, where it basically cancels all landing lag. TheUrnator with bonk. It's L canceling in Melee, but it was the Z button in Smash 64, which is the game I have more experience with, so bear with me on that.
Alright, once again, MK taking this room very safe. He's in, because if he gets hit, oh boy, it's not going to be a good time for him.
With how close the race was, I wouldn't be taking any chances if I were in MK's shoes either.
Doesn't even go for the Quillstone.
Yeah, you can do you can sprint into a rock drop and perfectly go down that chute, and it... if you've ever seen r/... what's the subreddit about things fitting into other things perfectly? It would go great in that.
What?
Cocoon defeating Gobbler.
2 cycles, but very good.
TheUrnator with a pretty good boxy.
No, not that one.
Alright, TheUrnator going for UFO mix. Hopefully he gets it first try. I don't know, because his stream is frozen. He gets fire, so there you go. I don't know how many tries that was.
Alright, MK heading into the longest segment, even longer in this route. Master and Crazy Hands.
Yeah, it's even longer because he has to drive all the way from the South Gate up to Master and Crazy Hand. So that is the cool thing about Amazing Near Any Percent. I don't think we brought this up yet, but there is a lot of there are a lot of routes you can use that don't waste any time. So you can actually modify the any percent route to sort of fit however you want to play the game. So if you want to get Radish Ruins and Molly out of the way first, since they are the most RNG heavy bosses in the games, you can do that.
Yeah, but one thing MK is doing actually, his route, because he doesn't do Mega Titan first, he actually loses just a little over a second because of it. It's pretty, it's not too significant. But you know, that 1 second you wasted.
We're getting to the point now.
Could have changed the ending of last race, you know.
Yeah, Cocoon losing by just 2 seconds in the first round of this match. Oh, gotta close my door. Crank his head.
Alright, now MK, he's going through Peppermint Palace, so that way he can make it to Mr. Frosty and make it to Candy Constellation. Urnator Crabstone for Gobbler. Urnator got UFO mix first try, right? He got fire.
Yes, he got fire.
Yeah. So, I believe Urnator is in the lead right now.
So with both MK and Urnator's routes, we will know exactly where they stand when Cocoon beats Mega Titan and when Urnator beats Master and Crazy Hand. So Cocoon had a really, really good Frosty fight. Let's see if he can make that a repeat. Urnator with the 1 cycle last run again. Let's see if he does well there. Unfortunately, Urnator not getting the 1 cycle, but that's fine, since that's mostly luck anyways. Cocoon not getting the best hand dealt for that Frosty. Ideally, you want Frosty to open up with the dash, so you can get in a lot of hits, but instead he just threw a temper tantrum, which prevents us from getting as many hits as we would like. But that's fine. Cocoon handled it very well. Oh, bonk!
Alright, the first few rooms MK's going through are fairly simple, but some rooms coming up are going to be a lot more complex and really fun to watch.
You know, a couple of cool wheel jumps there from Cocoon. Alright, not a whole lot to bring up right now. Cocoon making it through the grid maze. He's just 2 rooms away from the star block maze. We'll probably see him play it safe with the, I'm gonna call it the hidey hole strat.
Alright. Yeah, MK going for... What's the best way to word this?
The hidey hole strat?
Hmm.
I like the hidey hole
I was thinking of something else, but
okay.
I'll leave it.
Urnator fighting Frosty. Bit of a rough fight, but what can you do with Frosty opening up with a temper tantrum? Cocoon has some time to gain here from his last
Very
run.
nice finish on the Master Hand. You can just see the camera just trying so hard to scroll to get Kirby back to the center of the screen.
It's like he's going. Alright, Urnator's joining Cocoon up here in Candy Constellation. Yeah. So, by my reckon, I think Urnator is ahead.
Yeah, once again, MK going for the baby hit leg strats. And now he's headed into the UFO and missile room, where he will be grabbing missile. Well, Urnator having some hot wheel movement through these rooms.
Oh yeah.
Mmm.
Make sure you don't let your parents catch you watching this.
Thinking.
Alright, Cocoon going through the
also
vertical
thinking
section.
MKCocoon's missile movement there.
A bit interesting.
What in the... What?
Am I the only person who zigzags and doesn't go to the outside?
There's a lot of people who don't go to the outside, but World Record actually does.
Oh.
Or wait, no. No, there's a lot of people who do go to the outside, but World Record doesn't.
Okay, I like the zigzag.
I do
Urnator
too.
trying to do the fast trap but gets hit by the Gordo.
That was like pretty much the best possible outcome he could have gotten at that.
Out of the hands fight? You're talking about Cocoon?
No, I'm talking about Urnator, because sometimes, like, when your star goes flying, it lags the game so hard. It's a little preview of what co-op looks like.
Alright, Cocoon, Master Hand and Crazy Hand are taken down. Cocoon got lucky there and picked up Rock early in the fight and absolutely rocked him.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Hashtag fired. Cocoon heading over to
Mega Titan.
Mega Titan, yes. Urnator doing the juicy lag reduction in this room.
Yep.
If we can see it.
And he heads into the UFO missile room. I noticed that Yellow Kirby right now has Cook, so he definitely wants to make sure he doesn't call the AI Kirbys into the Master and Crazy Hands fight. which is actually a valid strat and can actually be faster.
I need
Kirby has Parasol, which is actually a really good ability for that. Typically, the abilities you're looking for is Fire and Parasol and Ice. I think there's a couple others that might be pretty good too. Maybe like UFO or Spark. I don't know. Spark's pretty weak.
No, I wouldn't trust the AI with Spark. I
don't know. The AI with Spark would be pretty good with this fight in particular, but Spark's just so weak. All right. Oh, he re-inhales fire. That ain't good for Urnator.
That's a double star though.
So depending on how long it takes Urnator to do the hands, yeah, Urnator's winning.
Okay.
Oh, but the hand decided to go up and stall a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Setting
Urnator's
MK
still
a little
ahead.
bit back. Yeah, MK getting second try wheel again really set him back.
However, this is still anybody's
Is MK
race.
comparing against anything?
Not sure.
I'm not gonna look this, but I'm just gonna see if he's comparing. No, his timer does a weird thing. It doesn't turn red when he's behind. I don't know why it does that.
So Cocoon not soft resetting during that cutscene, keeping wheel immediately jumping into the whiz split. And that's all that remains between these two runners. They need to take care of Wiz and they need to take care of Krakow.
Yep, doing it in the opposite order. Once again, Urnator. Does Urnator being Molly? Oh my goodness.
I was about to click that, but it sounds like you have it under control.
Now Urnator, once again, doing Krakow first. The correct way of playing this game. I have the personal opinion that any route of this game is fine, unless you do Krakow last.
Oh,
he gets the setup, and he gets hammer.
Nice! Cocoon has been practicing that mix basically the entire time we were ready to go live there, so it's great to see him finally get it in one of these races. So Hammer saves a bunch of time in this whiz fight. That up B hammer attack does insane-o damage. And if we get the good pattern out of
there goes half his health, and he gets the perfect pattern, but he does a side B. No.
Oh my goodness! So that forward B while you're sprinting.
Oh, dude, he just needs to spit, and that's the fight. That was still pretty decent, I guess.
Yeah, that's still.
I believe
time on Parasol.
I believe. Oh wait, no, never mind.
No, Urnator's still ahead by a tiny bit.
Yeah. Okay, just says one more double hit. Oh no, he gets it!
Oh, yep.
And that's the fight.
This is time MKCocoon needs in order to stay in this race. If Cocoon loses this race, he is out of the tournament and gets 2-0'd by Urnator. And I want to see that to my fellow Canadian.
Let's go, Canada.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Urnator heading to the whiz split. Urnator was about 4 or 5 seconds ahead of Cocoon when they finished their 6th mirror shard, so...
Yep. Well, actually, Urnator getting hit on Krakow, specifically the electric hit, is like a pretty big setback.
Yeah, it is.
So right now, I'm still not too sure who is quite ahead yet.
Cocoon still has to fight Krakow himself, so if Cocoon can do
a
perfect triple... Yeah, well, and bad, yeah, we'll get to that.
You know if Urnator got candy?
He did not.
Oh, okay.
Actually, did he?
I don't know.
I wasn't watching. Okay, great commentary work here by TG and Sniper.
Yes, but if MK gets handy here, that could be pretty big for him. 1-up.
Oh. Urnator not doing the hammer mix setup, and Cocoon will be gaining time on Urnator because of that hammer. If Urnator has as bad of a whiz fight as he did last race, Cocoon could possibly take the lead here, going into Dark Mind.
Oh, he waited out that Krakow so bad. That was not
Battlefire.
Wait, what did I say?
He said Krakow.
Did I? Dang.
Yeah, which is...
Anyway, this is Krakow
now, yeah. It's gonna be
just
very,
3 double
very
hits
close.
is all he needs.
A perfect fight. And
I hate that pattern.
Is in the lead. Oh, okay.
Oh, what was that pattern? That was so gross. Urnator barely ahead.
Oh my goodness, we got ourselves a race going into Dark Mind once again.
depending on DMK and I can need an input. If MK has a really good DMK and gets the early hit, he could take the lead.
Urnator does not go for that early hit in Dark Mind once, so Cocoon has the chance of saving a tiny bit of time.
Green Kirby stalling there, losing MK just a fraction of time.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh!
MK.
Oh, dude, look at this. What? That should have not worked. I'm mad.
Oh my goodness! I just saw that. I guess I'm behind. It looks like I'm perpetually like a second and a half behind the stream every time I refresh, so. Neck and neck. Cocoon about 2-3 seconds behind.
Those 3 seconds could be saved with an early hit.
Uh-huh.
Depends how feels came in.
Wait, really?
Urnator gets a good pattern for the early hit, but I'm not too sure if he... Oh, Urnator doesn't wait it out. And MK got way better luck, so it's... Oh my goodness. What am I watching?
There you go. It's neck and neck right now.
Again, it could go game 3.
You sound disappointed. I love that. That means more amazing mirror races.
I know, it's epic, but... I don't know. I need to do the dishes.
Oh my god, it's the same pattern here.
What in the world? MK's struggling with that star block again. Dude, that actually lost him way more time than I initially thought.
Yep.
MK should do a damage boost here. Yeah! Finally, MK does something fast.
Wow, okay. Yeah, he can hear you, you know.
Can he?
Alright.
Alright. Easy pattern for both Urnator and MK.
Unfortunately, no ice or fire for either of them.
Yeah. So Urnator has about a 5-second lead. That could change.
Yeah, Dark Mind 4 especially.
With Rosemad.
Rosemad. So, yeah, not only do we have to wait for a green star.
Oh, MK almost dying there.
Yeah, I've died there way more times than I... What?
Oh. Alright, we'll find out how Urnator's D4 goes in a bit, but MK...
Oh no.
Oh, they both get the hit. Oh, he gets... Oh no!
It's red.
Red. Next pattern. He stops in the middle. No! He didn't get the double star there, which he could have gotten a 6 frame.
Yeah,
where is Urnator? Urnator got magic. What?
Okay. No, he's still in the roulette.
Oh, he got a UFO.
There we go.
Oh, it's not over.
Cocoon with UFO
5 and
as well.
6 exist.
Yep. It's still neck and neck. Urnator with around an 8-second lead.
It's definitely not neck and neck, but it's pretty close.
If Urnator gets hit by a freak mirror, this might change the tide of the race.
Oh, he didn't get a double hit. He gets a double hit there, however. MK misses a double hit too. Oh,
no.
This ain't good for him.
Not what you want to see.
You hate to see that happen. Urnator gets the last hit. MK doesn't know how to do this pattern. Oh, he gets it. That was very clutch. Clutch gamer moment. Urnator still holding a strong lead, but once again, it all comes to 6.
Yeah,
will
both
Urnator
runners
take
at
it
full health.
and move on to the losers finals and send MK packing away?
Yeah, the last.
Or will we go to
in this
game
tournament.
3?
Yes.
Find out now. Vote now on your phones.
Vote now on your phones. Alright, anything can happen,
about
though.
5-second deficit for MK. Urnator getting hit twice already. Dang.
Yeah.
Or just once. Dang. It's hard when I can't see these big, beautiful pixels. Oh, dude. MK just caught up. Oh, but he gets it again. But Urnator gets it.
Oh, I can't. Oh, my goodness.
That is so unfortunate.
Oh, my goodness. Maybe not even a second between the two of them. Oh, my goodness. Holy crap. 2 seconds separated our runners in the first match, and now only second match. Urnator wins. The history books will show that Urnator won 2-0, but for those of us who were here, it was a completely different story. Neck and neck the whole way through. Holy moly, what a match between these two runners. Wow. That sure was a match. GG to
Now imagine
Urnator.
if MK did Megatitan second.
Uh-huh.
I hate to
Which
be that
saves
guy.
a whopping second and a half.
It saves 1.2 seconds. Actually, no, it
Hey,
saves 1.4.
Those are seconds. Urnator in the Twitch chat right now saying that race was insane. Hopefully we can get him on stream for an interview along with MK.
It's MKCocoon.
It is MK.
MK, I feel so bad for you. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm honestly happy with that second run. Like, cuck the DM4. What else can I say? That's the game sometimes.
Yep. So the tournament page will say that this is a 2-0. Does it feel like that for you?
I was kind of.
No, I DM'd him the wrong link.
I was kind of hoping it wouldn't go to game 3, so I wouldn't have to play anymore. Okay. I'm okay with it.
First of all, I want to apologize because I don't know, my internet has been like that for like a week. I was really worried when I joined the race because I knew something like that could happen. But I recorded the second race and this first one I forgot to record.
Oh, okay.
But wow! MK!
Yeah, oh man, 2 1-second races. This is a game.
This is a game.
The first race was actually about 2 seconds apart.
Well, I got 29:30 or 31, and he got a 29:30, so it was.
Is that according to
I don't know. I don't like to trust SRL in these situations.
No, that's not according to SRL. I won both races.
What?
What?
Yeah. Because I'm using live
dude, MK getting the real victory. Those SRL points.
So yeah.
Yeah. 29 across the board. How like, did you know this race was intense while you were running it? That's a question for either of you.
Yeah, I did. I knew. Why are we even going into DM6 again? It's like CJ.gif.
Like, I knew it was really near one of another, but I wasn't. This time I wasn't hearing the string, and I didn't know how close it was because my internet was so bad that I couldn't even watch the stream.
That's fair.
I've never.
But oh my god.
Yes, it's gonna take a while.
MK gets to enjoy the retirement life.
I get to play Niddle! Yeah, let's go!
Nope, you still have to play ATAM for Relay.
Oh, I guess. After Relay. I'm still stuck with this game for like another 2 weeks. Feels
You
bad.
get to enjoy the 2 people playing Niddle. Right now, more people play Fire Emblem than people play Niddle.
Ouch. Alright, so Urnator, congratulations. You're going to be moving on to face the winner of DK3 and Yamayu. Do you have any thoughts about that matchup?
Well, I have a lot of thoughts because I'll be happy with both players because Yamayu is a very good player. It will be really cool to play against him, and DK3 it will be cool to play against him again because the first time I played against him, I made a major mistake that totally destroyed my run, and the DM2 or 3, and that messed everything up. So I wanna get a clean run like I had with MK. Like both of us got clean runs. It was amazing. I wanna see a race like that again.
Yeah, so both of you separated by a second or so after that first race. What were your thoughts going into race number 2? Like, were you thinking of like where you went wrong, like what you can do to improve or something, or did you just like what were your thoughts going into game 2 there?
I mean, I was like slightly cheesed because if I hit that first UFO mix, it would have been different, I think. And I had an awful DM6, but I mean, what can you do?
Yeah,
was
that,
just
Yeah.
whatever.
yeah, because HP was a concern for you in that first DM6
Yeah,
fight.
no, because I got hit twice in like DMK, and then like yeah, stuff happened. So
You got ice. You got ice in the first
I
race.
know.
Yeah, the
I-
ice skip was hype.
I got ice, and then I got like almost an instant green star, and I was like, bro, and then I missed it, and then I lost the jelly
Ernator's
beans.
4 was actually better than yours.
What? Damn.
Because in your first
Oh.
4, he did a top screen pattern, so you weren't able to hit him with the double star.
This is a game.
Yeah, so
And
Ernator's first 4 was actually better than yours.
My 6.
Cocoon, you also got hammer mix in your second race going into Wiz as well.
Yeah, and then I got a dash attack instead of an up B. That would have been.
It was still probably faster
Yeah.
than Carousel, though.
Dude,
I had a really
the
good
million-
carousel fight in my first run, actually.
You did.
The million things you think you could do to change the course of this race, but then your luck's
Yeah.
just gonna be different.
Yeah, I know. So, especially with this freaking game, there's no point in like. I mean, I'm just
I
glad
don't
we
know,
gave
there's
the
a lot of
audience a
points, I
show.
think.
Oh, no kidding. This was the show.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not?
I am very entertained. Thank you, sir.
Alright, I think that's all I have to ask. Sniper, do you have any more questions?
I forgot.
Oh. On that note, thank you, MK and Ernator, for coming in and chatting with us after the race. GG's to both of you. Ernator moving on in the loser bracket to fight either the DK3 or Yamayu. Whoever wins that match, that will be on Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. The other match that's going on in winner's bracket, Swordman, Kirby, and Pletty have absolutely annihilated everybody in their way in winner's brackets, and they are meeting up in the winner's final. That's going to be tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Do not miss that. It's going to be probably the hypest match of the whole tournament, maybe. So I can't wait. So yeah, you can find the runners on their Twitch pages. You can find Cocoon over at twitch.tv/MKCocoon, and it sounds like you're doing Niddle by the sounds of it.
Well, I still gotta play Hundo.
You say that's a bad thing. Hundo's awesome.
I mean, I like
Amazing
better.
beer Hundo, I should say.
But yes, Hundo is better than any sense. Oh, there's at least that.
'Cause there's less bosses, more movement.
Yes.
Alright. And you can find Ernator at twitch.tv/TheUrnator. And are you still up to Kirby the Amazing Mirror?
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I want to get my PB. Like, I don't know what is happening to me because I am mostly doing attempts offline right now because of my internet.
That's
But
fair.
as soon as I get improve this internet, I don't know if fix this, I'll be streaming again. And I want to get a PB. I really, really want to get a PB. Like, really hard.
We'll see you at 28:30.
Yeah.
All right. I've been TG. You can find me at twitch.tv/HeyI'mTG. I do a whole lot of things. I run Amazing Mirror, Any%, and Hundo whenever my JP cart gets here. I play Halo 2. I do Clone Hero streams. You can find my cohort Sniper at SniperSR. What are
Gaming.
you?
I was about to say.
Gaming with an E.
With an E.
I thank you everybody at SpeedGaming for hosting this match on their Twitch channel. All of their lovely volunteers shedding a spotlight on all these really cool speedrunning communities. Which, speaking of which, if you're in the mood for more SpeedGaming content, over on the main SpeedGaming channel in less than an hour, we have back-to-back Super Mario Kart 150cc tournament races. In the main channel right now, before that starts, is Super Mario World, no cape, no Star World action. And yeah, stick around. Saturday, 11 p.m. Eastern, Swordman Kirby versus Pletty. That's tomorrow night. And DK3 versus Yamayu, Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Have a great
23 a.m. in the morning.
Shut up.
And on that note, I'm going to bid everybody a great night.
White Pepega.
Thank you all.
Crap.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.